Ready?
I'm so ready.
Wait, what was the tagline again?
Oh, crap.
Hello, friends, and welcome to 10 Points Under, where 105 points is one heck of a one-up. I'm your host, True.
And I'm your other host, Big a Bullfrog.
Yeah, how's it going today, Taylor?
I'm doing all right, Mr.
Yeah?
Schuster. Yeah. How about yourself?
I am doing just fine. It has
Yeah,
been an interesting couple of weeks.
Yeah?
Yeah. Lots of things happened. Unfortunately,
Cool.
I had to miss National Heroscape Day, which was a big bummer. But
Oh, no,
I
no,
heard
no.
you guys had a lot of
the
fun.
next one.
Oh, is that the next one? Well,
Or, no, wait. Two more. October. October's National Heroscape Day.
October.
Yeah, you just missed one of our scrub monthlies. It's fine.
Scrub monthlies. Well,
Sorry,
that makes
not
me feel.
scrubs. You guys aren't scrubs.
You heard it here first, folks. Taylor thinks you're all scrubs.
I don't think you're all scrubs.
That definitely makes me the definitive favorite of the YouTube channel. That said,
Well, I mean, that was already the case, but
hey, you're my favorite.
Oh.
Oh.
So I'm the true favorite?
Yep.
Nice.
And that wholesome talk was brought to you by us. Right where the heart comes from.
Yep.
Anyway, Taylor, what are we doing this week?
All right, so this week we're watching another round 2 game from the online Heroscape season 33. This time we've got Sir Heroscape versus All Your Pie. We saw both of these guys face off in round 1, and this time they're matched up. They're in the losers bracket, but it's okay. Hey, I'm going to become the favorite if you laugh at them like that.
No, the only reason I get to laugh is because Sir Heroscape is in this game, and he appreciates me teasing him a little bit. So
That's true. I'm
only doing it for him.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Kind of like
Unlike
Flash, you just got to give him a hard time.
Yeah. It's not like I haven't done this to other people before. So
it's true.
I'm just standing up to my character. I have to have a very balanced arc upon this YouTube channel, or else people will not see my character development.
It's true. Yeah, just you guys wait until what we've got in store in the finale. It's going to blow your mind.
There'll be tears. There'll be laughter. There'll be laughing tears. Not a whole lot of Heroscape, but it'll definitely be a dramatic reversal.
It will be. Yeah, I mean, we'll have moved on to other games as well at that point. And that's what's going to cause the whole climactic tension. But anyway, we can't spoil things too much.
Yeah. Definitely an underdog story.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah. Why don't you tell us about our two opponents this week, my dude?
Alrighty. So let's see. On the left, we have All Your Pie. He's playing the army that Sir Heroscape brought, which is 5 squads of Maro Dividers and Sonlin.
Naturally.
And fighting him is Sir Heroscape, who is playing All Your Pie's army, which is Nilfheim and 2 squads of Green Scales. That is 105 points under the point limit, which, as we said, is a heck of a one-up. We're kind of jealous.
That's right. That said, I have to know, since Sir Heroscape is playing All Your Pie's army, does that make it all his pie?
Or did he keep a quarter of the pie by chipping him out of 105 points?
These are the answers that we need answered during this game, in fact.
Yep, we'll find out.
All right, well, my friend, with all that stuff, why don't we get her started?
Alrighty.
Oh, we got one heck of an initiative roll starting us out with Sir Heroscape with a big old 2.
Yep, that is true. That said, so in general, for the first round, it's usually better to lose initiative. And especially with this matchup, I think it's definitely in Sir Heroscape's favor to lose initiative, because that way it's like even more playing into the dividers coming to him.
Right. Since we've seen both of these players play already, do you have any speculations of how this game is going to go? How do you feel about this matchup?
So I think it's like it kind of depends on how the dividers perform, especially with their divides, I think. Just because that can be such a wild card depending on when you get your divides and if they're at the right moments. I also haven't seen All Your Pie play a ton. Like the first round game was the only game that I've ever seen him play. So that was enough to let me know that he's a good player with Nilfheim, but like with a more melee heavy army, I'm not entirely certain.
That is very fair. That said, I don't think I've ever seen Sir Heroscape play with Nilfheim. Have you?
Good question. I don't know if I've seen him play. Like, I'm certain he's played Nilfheim before because Nilfheim's, just super popular. But yeah, I don't know that I have any experience seeing him play with Nilfheim. That said, those of you who are fans of Sir Heroscape's YouTube channel and watch all the videos the moment they come out, or when they come out, will know that over the summer he posted a video of him playing in GenCon. It was from a couple years ago, but basically the end game came down to him fighting against a Nilfheim. And bless your heart, Sir Heroscape, you kind of got trashed. You lost, I think, about 3/4 of his army, a couple squads of Romans, plus a hero, I want to say. So maybe not that, like about half his army just to Nilfheim, and great positioning with Nilfheim. So that all said, I'm guessing that in this game, Sir Heroscape tries to take some lessons from that game and goes into his most powerful form.
Oh, so what you're saying is this is not even his final form?
I mean, it could be. I don't know.
Oh, well,
it depends on the results of the game.
Those 3 skulls definitely beg to differ.
That's true. That's a mighty hit from the beginning. But
gets the divide right off the bat.
Nice. That's actually really, really good for All Your Pie. Good placement from Sir Heroscape, just getting the 1 attack. I know that a lot of people would just move Nilfheim 1 spot further, get 2 attacks out. But
I'll be honest, I would assume that All Your Pie was kind of hinging on that bet. Although Sir Heroscape is very well versed in Heroscape, so
that's true.
He would not simply fall for the plunders that his opponents are looking for.
I don't know. He usually kind of just guns out.
Well, I mean, when the aggro is real, you got to be aggro.
Yeah.
But very excellent placement. Nice defensive wall with his green scales protecting Nilfheim. If the dividers try to move in to get some attacks, Nilfheim will be able to counterattack fairly easy.
Yep, that's very, very true. Yeah, just doing a really good job of keeping Nilfheim safe, which, as we saw in All Your Pie's game against Kevin Dolo, is really just key to this army. If you lose green scales, then that's fine, because they're basically just acting as extra shields for Nilfheim.
Yeah, just a big wall of meat right there.
Yeah, scaly meat.
Scaly meat. Though, I don't think Sir Heroscape wants to lose all of his green scales. Wow, talking is hard today. All in the first couple rounds. That would be fairly detrimental.
I mean, that's true too, yeah. I think, like, ideally when running this kind of an army that's pretty well under, but with Nilfheim being your main powerhouse, you kind of want to use Nilfheim alone as much as possible in the early game until your opponent really gets in close, and then you start bringing in green scales more. That said, I mean, taking that first shot against the divider, he had to bring in the green scales to block.
Oh, yeah. Or else he would have just been swarmed down by dividers. Very interesting. Only going for 1 attack. I kind of agree with this plan of action. It leaves All Your Pie able to bring up some dividers and potentially kill a green scale right here.
Yep, which he does. Although I'm not certain if I would have even gone for that attack. I mean, it probably was a good move, but I mean, really the key for all your pie right now is to just slow roll his way towards Nilfheim and just get guys all over the map. Because if he strings out too much against Nilfheim, especially, Nilfheim's got so much mobility that he'll be able to kite for days.
Oh, yeah. Tying down Nilfheim is definitely going to be the key to this victory, I think. He'll need to move his units in such a way that it makes it difficult for Nilfheim to basically kite the dividers.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll see.
Yep. I'm trying to think right now. What would you think about bringing out Sonlin first instead of dividers?
That would have been very interesting. I don't really necessarily see Sonlin being a huge part in this battle. That said, that makes the green skills have to be more aggressive and come towards your dividers a little bit more. And Sonlin having a little bit of range, a little bit of healing and whatnot, can easily tank some hits and potentially put some wounds on Nilfheim.
Right, yeah. I'm not certain exactly how I feel about it overall, but like we have talked about the power of early range in armies and being able to pull in your opponent. The Sonlin versus Nilfheim equation, I'm a little less sure on, but I think it'd be interesting. I don't know that it would like necessarily completely change the game and put it all in all your pie's hands, but
definitely not. I would think in the least bit, it could be a very interesting strategy that I'd like to observe.
Mm-hmm. So, all your pie in Sir Heroscape, if you want to rematch this and have all your pie lead with lead with Sonlin, then we'll totally do that.
Yeah, much appreciado. Por favor.
Of course, we're not even around into the game and we're saying all this, but, also Sir Heroscape casually killing 3 Morrow Dividers.
Cutting through them like paper.
Mm-hmm.
That was certainly something.
And still being able to maintain a good screen with his green scales.
Yeah, that was an excellent turn for Sir Heroscape. And he's going to need a couple more turns like that if he's going to hope to win this game with being 105 points down.
Exactly. But, I mean, he's like, if things keep going that way, then he'll be looking in a pretty good spot.
Yeah, especially if all your pie just, there's a divide.
There's a divide. So, yep, like I said, and that's a pretty good spot for a divide to happen for all your pie. So that can just swing the game.
Yeah, I think he's going to need a couple more divides like that.
Yeah,
but
for sure.
that definitely stabilized him losing 3 figures that turn.
Yeah, but now that divider that just reappeared can pivot around the green scale to be able to both engage Nilfheim and get an attack up.
Yeah, I'm curious if that's what he decides to do. He might just try to kill that green scale. Oh, yep, there you go.
Yeah, well, I think you engage Nilfheim for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
Maybe you still attack the green scale. You're attacking up either way.
I don't know. I think I'd go for the the Nilfheim attack here. I mean, 5 defense dice against what is it?
3 attack.
3 attack. That's potentially a wound that could help out in the later games or later rounds.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and it's getting that damage in while you can. If you let Sir Heroscape run away with the game too much with Nilfheim, especially against a really melee-heavy army such as the Morrow Dividers, then you're looking to be in a tough spot.
For sure.
The other thing, though, that I do like about moving the Morrow Divider to that spot is now both of those dividers, if they get attacked and potentially killed and then roll their divide roll, then both of them can spawn new guys too.
That is very true, which is not a happy situation, especially considering there's 2 dividers still off the board.
Yep. They could, I mean, all your pie could have a full army back.
1 full army. I think he was also deciding whether or not he wants to attack that green scale next to Nilfheim.
Mm-hmm.
With 2 dividers or with 1. Oof.
All right, completely whiffing that attack. Yeah, I'm not certain if I would have taken the forward attack. I'd probably do the same thing and just keep developing the army, because you really don't want the nightmare situation of Sir Heroscape killing your forward dividers and then being able to run around free again.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, and I think Sir Heroscape did the correct play here, deciding to go with Ice Shard just in case he ends up killing that one.
Oh yeah.
And his dice are certainly on fire tonight. So
yeah, he has got all those skulls. It's gonna come down to all your pies D20 to be able to save him. Hey, there we go.
Got there. Nat 20. And another 3 skulls. Whew.
Man.
Yeah, that is one hot set of dice there.
Yeah, straight power coming from Sir Heroscape right now.
No fear whatsoever. Pretty curious. Looks like he's going to be a little bit more aggressive with that forward green scale, which I don't blame him. Getting a kill on the Why Not glyph might be nice.
Right.
He also has a pretty decent screen against the 2 dividers that are basically there.
Yeah, I'm not... The thing I worry about going for that kill on Manok is I feel like he's going to lose that green scale anyway.
Yeah, especially the divider on Swamp there.
Yeah, could just take height and kill it. That said, they're about to roll initiative, so I think it's a decent place to take a gamble. And if he trades, then hey, that's a trade and that's not just a free wound.
That's true.
So,
well, I don't know. With the dividers being able to come back, a trade isn't necessarily as good as just being more cautious, I think, in this kind of game. And we have an awfully long silence.
we need more of those times to just, take
digest.
It all in. Yeah.
Definitely just digest what's happening.
Oh.
Oof. Big old oof.
Well, Sir Heroscape got a little too comfortable with his attack rolls.
Yeah, he's like, easy 3 skulls here.
Yeah, every time.
Every time.
Choosing to kill the green scale by Nilfheim, that's interesting.
Oh, yeah. Yes. All Your Pie getting an 8 on his initiative.
That was the Wannock roll.
Oh, was it?
Yep.
Well, it's good that he didn't blow up one of his dudes. But that was an interesting first round. Some pretty swingy plays.
Mm-hmm.
Only 2 green scales gone out of Sir H's army. That's actually pretty big considering he's already at a 105-point deficit.
Right, yeah. And All Your Pie takes initiative, which is really good for him.
Yeah, that's excellent. I'm not really sure how Sir H is going to take this turn, to be honest. He's killed a lot of dividers, but none of those points have really shown up since All Your Pie is divided as many times as he has.
Right. Well, I think one thing is, so All Your Pie is trying to clear out these green scales, which I mostly agree with. What that has done, though, it has left the north pretty open for Nilfheim, who isn't engaged, so he doesn't even have to risk a disengagement attack. Although, I mean, like with 6 life, the mobility is totally fine.
Yeah,
but
100%.
That means that Nilfheim can fly onto that bridge and start sharding into the start zone, shard the forward Morrow divider.
Yeah, I'm not really sure how I like that play, just because if he gets some pretty lackluster rolls, it could not pay out as well.
That's true.
And
he would kind of run away from his green scales if he did that.
Yeah, I think having Nilfheim to back up your green scales, especially when you only have 1 squad left, could be a little bit more impactful. But I'm not saying I am the perfect Nilfheim player, considering usually when I play Nilfheim, I usually get squashed pretty good. So
Really? How often have you played Nilfheim? No, you've been fine, right?
it's been about 50%. Either
Okay.
I win all the times or I lose all the time. So it's like whatever.
Right.
Although the times I've lost, I've backed Nilfheim, or I used Nilfheim to back up a pretty janky army. So
Well, yeah, we've all been there.
yep. Oof. Easy
Right.
block.
Yeah.
But here comes the 3 skulls again.
Yep. And they're coming in. No divide that time, so that's a divider lost for now.
Oh, okay.
All right.
Oh,
Oh, but it divides.
oof. Man, this D20 is on fire.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's fair to offset the fire attacks from Sir Heroscape.
That's true.
But yeah, that is a really good place to withdraw a little bit, keep your green scales backed up.
Yeah.
I think
It's
I
a
mean,
pretty
yeah,
defendable position.
right. Oh, I don't like that green scale movement.
No, that was. I think he needs to try to take out those dividers there.
Right. Or at least if he's going to retreat, he should retreat to a place where a divider can't get adjacent to him, because the divider on the rock wasn't going to get next to Nilfheim anyway.
No, I don't think so.
I mean, that's a small thing, but it's a big thing when you've only got 2 squads of green scales.
Yes.
Down 1 squad.
And there is still very much what we got 1, 2, 3, almost 4 squads of dividers still.
Yep. Still quite the I don't know, the harvest that has to happen for Sir Heroscape before he's able to. No, harvest isn't right. He's just freezing them.
Making a popsicle business.
Yep. Quite the
Yep.
Marosicle he's got to create. Oh, and now we've got Sunland.
That's a bit. I'm not really sure how I feel about Sonlin coming up here.
Yeah. I wonder if All Your Pie was expecting the battle to come closer to his start zone.
I mean, you did suggest that Nilfheim could go up onto that bridge, which, if that's the case, Sonlin would have been a very excellent play there.
That's true.
So,
yeah, that would have been good. But yeah, it looks like he called the shot incorrectly, or just misread how he thought Sir Heroscape was going to play this.
that's actually kind of a nice move. It relieves some of that pressure for Sir Heroscape to really come back in, I think.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that basically, I mean, moving up Sunland is nice, but the lull in tempo from the Morrow dividers really gives Sir Heroscape a nice opening.
That said, I mean, if there's more divides, then it's going to just keep being brutal.
True.
Or if he just blocks his attacks, that helps as well. And there's the 3 skulls again. And they won't stop coming, and they can't stop coming. Yep.
Yep. Stay tuned for our full soundtrack.
That's right. It'll be a lot more of. Yep.
What? Okay, so the big bummer about this show is that the audience cannot see your face when you do that.
Yeah, it's a pretty gorgeous face that I make. I have to admit,
beautiful.
It's a lovely one. People never expect the old Trubert face to come in.
It's a sight.
It's a sight to witness.
Yep, I'll tell you that much, folks.
Yeah, for those of you who have battled against me, you have probably seen that face when I'm trying to roll dice.
True's dice face.
Yeah, the tongue's out, got a knitted brow, trying to calculate the airspeed velocity in which my dice need to fly to get all skulls on an attack or defense roll, because that's usually what I roll. It's just all skulls on my defense. It's
right.
brilliant.
Yeah, just like Leaf It.
Oh, hey, now that's not nice. Although
I love Leaf It. We've got to get him on here sometime.
Yes, we do.
There's a lot of people we've got to get on here sometime. Yeah, for all those guys who I've told I want to get on here sometime, apologies that hasn't happened yet. We've just kind of had hectic schedules.
Yeah, especially with this weekend coming in. There's a couple of conventions going on. Yeah, and just life.
Yeah, True's selling artwork.
What can I say? Nothing. That's what I can say.
Yep, exactly.
Yep.
Yeah, I really don't like that turn on Sonlin right there.
Yeah, that was really brutal.
Such a huge lack of just, it gave Sir Heroscape the opening that he needed.
If that would have been on the dividers there, he could have potentially killed another green skill or two and moved up another divider into position to keep putting more pressure on. But that put such a lull in the battle that it's kind of gave Sir Heroscape a pretty big lead now, I think.
Yeah. Of course, that said, now that I'm kind of thinking it through, it was really bad for All Your Pie. At the same time, I think his forward dividers were kind of forfeit anyway, and he was starting to string himself out. So while I do think it would have been better if he had, seen into the future correctly and put the order marker 2 on the dividers to be able to do something with them, I think, like, right now at least, he needs to really focus on just getting momentum back and really developing out his army and not stringing out, because
right. That's the unfortunate part about stringing your figures out early on in the game is, like, once those figures are gone, you literally have no forward momentum to keep putting pressure on your opponent.
Yeah. And so, like, even though it was looking pretty good for All Your Pie there for a little bit, Nilfheim still doesn't have any wounds. There's still a squad of green scales left. Sir Heroscape is still at a point deficit by a good amount, but just as far as the state of the board goes, it's looking pretty okay for him. That said, he is about to just go really forward.
Yeah. Looking at some point totals here, it does look like Sir Heroscape is only 50 points behind at this point, though.
Oh, is that all?
Yeah. Two squads of dividers down, that's 100 points, and only one squad of green scales at 60. So.
Yeah, definitely more value going Sir Heroscape's way.
I guess 65 points, but who's counting?
The audience, true.
Oh, I mean, yep. Also me, this nerd right here.
Yay!
Yeah. Well, definitely, I've been thinking about it. I definitely need to start making some graphics for this show because I think the audience would definitely appreciate that.
Oh, yeah. I'm still waiting for that.
I know.
We need a logo. We need caricatures of our faces. We need you to flex your animation skills and make little caricatures of us that move their mouths when we talk.
Oh gosh, no. You know how much time that would put in? Maybe if they just bounced up and down whenever we were talking, I think that'd be fine.
Okay, yeah, I'll accept that.
Good.
As long as you program that and figure out how to do it all, I'll give you I'll buy you tonkatsu or something.
Tonkatsu, the one way to my heart. I accept.
Woot. Ooh, big hit on Sonlin.
Big whammy, big whammy. Oh, well, that's two wounds on Sonlin.
Yeah. We do know that I suspect that a lot of people who've played with Sonlin know of his potential for long game prowess if he's left to roll a lot of d20s on himself.
Yes. I've witnessed this myself.
Mm-hmm.
It is kind of agonizing, but also pretty good. Not bad.
Yeah, yeah. And that's actually, so kind of just thinking about it right now, Sonlin really has better potential when he's given a lot of time to work with.
Mm-hmm.
But he's fragile enough that if you focus on him, then he's going to die pretty quickly. So thinking back to my thought earlier of bringing out Sonlin first, maybe that wasn't a great idea because he could die so quickly. But if you're only fighting against Nilfheim and 2 squads green scales, maybe that's...
I mean, again, it could lead Nilfheim and the green scales into your start zone if you just keep kiting Nilfheim around.
Yeah, and I think that's the biggest value that you would get is bringing Nilfheim closer to your melee units because you're pure melee and you really need help with that.
Right. Getting some lucky swoops in could put some lucky wounds on Nilfheim. The healing could really heal back up.
Mm-hmm.
If Nilfheim gets up close, then the dividers just come back and surround him and take him out.
Yeah, true.
Granted, this is all theory. That could all backfire because Nilfheim is a monster and should be treated like one.
Yeah, but I mean, like, it also kind of shows if you go back and think about like the first game that we saw with All Your Pie's army fighting against Kevin Dola. Kevin Dola had me Berksaw and Romans. So fortunately, Kevin Dola was able to do both at the same time. He was able to bond with his ranged figure and bring up his melee units at the same time, which was really, really helpful against this army.
I do not know how I feel about putting all of my order markers on Sonlin this round.
Yeah, I'm kind of looking at that too. I mean, maybe he's thinking about what we were just talking about, and trying to pull in Nilfheim, but he's giving up a Dragon Swoop by pulling back that far, though.
Yeah, I think he realized that Dragon Swoop cannot get that far. Unless he's going for just a 6 range attack.
Yeah, I think that's all he's going for.
Yeah, I think I would go for the Dragon Swoop. I mean, if you kill 2 green scales, that is a huge blow because you could potentially steal some turns from Sir Heroscape there.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that would have been huge. I mean, like, I can see where, like, on that little piece of ground that he was on, Nilfheim could have just flown in and hit him hard, maybe killed Sonlin, and then All Your Pie loses the turn. But I think if you're going all in on Sonlin, you're already kind of making a gamble.
Yeah, because Nilfheim can just run. At this point, if I'm Sir Heroscape, I would just run around killing dividers because that's the main thorn in its side at this point.
Yeah, if I see all the order markers are on Sonlin, then I'm going to fly away from Sonlin, but still kill dividers.
Yeah, especially with how far back Sonlin is. At most, he'll be able to only hit 1 green scale. This is very interesting. I don't know if I'd play it that way, but maybe it comes in All Your Pie's favor.
It could. But I do think it's just, I think the idea is right, but the timing is wrong because All Your Pie is too spread out at this point to be able to control the game with Sonlin.
Right. I think I would have led with the dividers maybe a round or 2 more. And then once the green scales are cleaned up and Nilfheim has some wounds on him, that's when Sonlin comes into play.
Right.
But again, we'll see. Maybe All Your Pie has some super secret tech.
He could. You never know.
Tech. Oh, man. Now I just want to be able to get the stats out of games so that we can have a stats segment.
Oh, man, that'd be so cool. I wish that stats thing was working.
That would be pretty dang cool.
All right, so Sir Heroscape is instead going to fly right back into Sonlin range to try to kill him.
Yep.
I mean,
it's pretty aggressive.
Right, Sonlin's squishy.
How funny would it be if his actual 2 order marker was on the dividers?
Oh, that would be so great, actually. That would be next level play.
That would be Galaxy Brain right there.
Yeah. No, I would love that so much. I think sometimes people don't try to do those kinds of tricks with their order markers enough.
Oh, yeah. Like, this would pay off greatly. Like, if that was the case.
Right. Yeah, just those order marker mind games are so fun.
Because, seeing 3 order markers on Solon, you're like, definitely there is at least, or they're not taking any turns with dividers this turn, or this round.
And definitely not turn number 2. Maybe number 3, but it wouldn't be number 2, right?
Yeah. Although, like, with how all your pie just played, like, this is what it's seeming like. And he gets a divide.
Nice.
Ooh, man. Like, if that's the case, like, all your pie could potentially kill the remaining green scales, and then... Oh, man. Do I want to see that happen now?
Yeah, if that doesn't happen, then we have to make a fan fiction.
Yep. It'll be...
And it will happen.
Written so well that they'll make a movie about it.
Oh yes.
Yeah, and
like
Keanu Reeves will play Sonlin. Or us. No, Keanu Reeves and the guy who plays Bill in Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's what will happen.
Dude, I would accept that.
Yep. Oh, man, and not only that, but Sir Heroscape is getting super aggressive with that 1 green scale. Whew.
Yeah, he's having to run back the second one in order to try to guarantee his order marker safety. Yeah, I mean, we'll see how it works out. I definitely think I would have just flown north, though, flown away from Sonlin, run up there with my green scales.
That would have made so much more sense, right?
Yeah.
That said, like, maybe this works out for if the second order marker isn't on the dividers, then
that's a big
Sir Heroscape is just golden, right?
Right. That's true.
Like, not even an issue.
Yeah, and that's kind of playing into the... Oh my gosh.
Another 19, another divide. Woo, buddy.
Yeah, those two.
Dang it.
Yeah,
Dang
I was hoping for that continuity.
That would have been so
No, all your pie, don't forget to heal.
Oh,
good, he heard me.
Yep, through time and space.
Yeah, well, we've already established that I'm a time wizard.
Yeah. At this point, I would probably move Sonlin around the other way, right? Not behind that tree. I would try to make an attack at both green scales here, if he could.
Could he? Let's see. 1, 2, let's 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. Oh, he could. Yeah, if you ran up by the tree, the other tree. That would change.
If he killed both of those green scales, that's a free turn, and
yeah, and he could really use that.
Yeah. But he's super scared of Nilfheim, so I can't blame him. But this would be the turn where I risked it for the biscuit if you catch my drift.
Yeah, no, I think this is definitely the right time to do that.
Because that also puts, with how aggressive Sir Heroscape is being with Nilfheim at this moment, it gives Sir Heroscape the bait to put Nilfheim up to try to make an attack down on Sonlin. You could gather up your dividers and surround him again, and that would have been pretty good. Although the order marker 2 on dividers would have also been great there.
Right. Yeah. No. I really wish he had made that play. That 200 IQ play.
That would have been glorious. Like, that makes me want to try to make those plays now.
Yeah, man. When we do reverse the whip.
Reverse the whip. Just completely galaxy brain my opponent. They'll be like, whoa, I didn't even see that coming.
And you'll be like, or whatever your evil laugh is.
Or,
okay, you know what's really fun?
Wait.
No, try to do a Scooby-Doo laugh, but evil laugh.
I don't even know what that sounds like.
You know, like the re.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out
Yeah.
how that sounds evil.
So do that evil. Try to make it evil.
Nah, I'm good.
Okay, fine. It's really fun to try.
Well,
sometimes when I'm bored, I do that.
it
It never works. It never works.
It's like trying to say bubbles when you're angry.
Oh, yeah.
Bubbles. You just
Sounds
turn
like
into
a Pokemon. Yeah.
Oh, and here comes the bridge play that we were talking about earlier.
Yeah.
A lot better now. Or I don't know. I don't know if that's necessarily better with where those dividers are now.
Right. I mean, he can. Yeah, I think it's sixes. It's kind of whatever at this point. I think Sir Heroscape wanted to go after Sonlin and wanted to put him in the ground. I don't know why, because we all know that Sonlin is Sir Heroscape's favorite character, so there's no way he's going to be able to kill him.
It's because Sir Heroscape sees the true threat that Sonlin puts on his army.
There you go. But yeah, now he's just wasting dividers up there. Killed 2 of them. Has a 3rd attack. Yeah, I would have done this a turn earlier.
Yeah, a turn earlier would have been more swinging in Sir Heroscape's favor. Not saying that this isn't swinging him in his favor, but
right. I mean, like the turn with Sonlin was kind of not that great. He didn't kill a green scale, didn't get a heal, and only got wound on Nilfheim. So, I mean, you can argue that Sir Heroscape really wasn't hurt by going forward, which he wasn't, but I think it would have been better in the long run.
Yeah. I think All Your Pie in the moment wasn't thinking necessarily of stealing turns, which I feel like players really need to start thinking about more. Getting such a momentum swing by having your opponent not being able to do anything is huge. In which we saw in this game when he moved up Sonlin on that second order marker and not put pressure on Nilfheim in the green scale there.
Yeah, exactly. And I think, like All Your Pie probably wasn't really looking for it, kind of like you said, but it's one of those things where it's kind of swingy, it's kind of risky, but if you take that risk and it succeeds, then that's 2 turns, like at this point for All Your Pie, it would have been 2 turns for him for free, which is huge when your order markers are on Sonlin and you're only activating that 1 figure each turn against a dragon and 2 green scales.
That's right. And plus, it pleases the Lords of Chaos.
Yeah.
Yep.
So Yogg-Saron.
That's right. They'll just be like, man, this guy is so gutsy that he's trying to outmaneuver his opponents by galaxy braining them with putting their second order marker on the dividers.
Yeah.
Which
order marker 3 was on the dividers.
Which respectable. Can he hit Nilfheim with that bridge? I feel like this came up a lot in, was it Doc's game, or was Doc just being there for rules at that point?
No, that was with Kevin Dola was being rules as well as Super Frog. But yeah, that was the last game we watched with Dysel and Kinseth duking it out. And I just checked, the Morrow dividers are a height of 4, so it technically should not be able to hit Nilfheim right there. But, I mean, if they're not catching it, then they're not catching it. Snooze, you lose rule.
This is where we get into this segment of Know Your Rules, kids.
Yeah, read the rule book for once.
Which was actually potent since it put Nilfheim to literally half-life there.
Yeah. No, that's actually a pretty big deal. I was thinking like, that's an attack up with 3 attack against 5 defense. Probably won't be that huge, but that's pretty good.
That said, I think that divider could have came up around on the road and still got an attack in on Nilfheim.
Yeah, I forget exactly where it was, but
yeah, I think
not certain.
They're actually looking at that now.
It might be. doing some math, crunching some numbers.
Ah, yes. The second hidden talent of Heroscapers, math.
Hooray, math!
Which I don't understand why people even bother, because you should just throw your worries to the wind and just do what I call a flunge.
Plunging is great, man.
Yeah. Math is for defenders.
Don't have to do math if you're just winning.
That's right. Yeah, I am almost definitely thinking that's what's happening right here. I think Sir Heroscape is trying to figure out if that divider had enough height to hit his dragon.
Right. Or he's just really thinking about where he's going to move next, which...
Yeah, that's...
I mean, I don't think it would be... He just kind of goes back. Oh, yep, here it comes from all your pie. Yep.
Yep.
Yep. No wins for Nilfi.
I am fairly certain, though, that all your pie could have moved around onto the road and attacked up. Rules. This is what people should check up on. Brush them up. Like your teeth. Brush your teeth, kids.
Brush your teeth and read the rules every day.
Mm-hmm.
Just while you're brushing your teeth, have some rules by the counter.
Or, just have rules cereal.
So you read the back of the rules box while you...
That's right. Just paste them right there.
Sometime we just need to start an Etsy and make these things that we talk about.
Yeah. I'm sure a lot of them would be a pretty big flop.
I would buy them.
And yes,
cereal.
Sir Heroscape, counting in the brain.
Ooh, brain
says
counting.
That's correct. Brain count.
That's for defenders.
Yep.
Yeah, that's pretty big. We'll see if Sir Heroscape lets all your pie redo that move or anything like that, or if they push to, or if all your pie wants to redo anything with that.
Judge. Oh, yep. Asking if he would still like to move his divider there. I'm fairly certain all your pie could have made it. They have 5 movement. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Nope, would not be able to move there.
Okay, so he'll just move the divider a little bit. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep, not quite in range. And yeah, just one space too far away to get on that 2 height space that would put him adjacent.
In which case, I'd probably move that other. Well.
Okay, just going on the road.
Yeah, that's probably a little bit easier.
Yeah, I mean, it's a nice quick movement. It's not a terrible spot. Oh, okay, taking it back.
Maybe. Well, he could move that divider on swamp up onto the Wynock. 1, 2, 3.
No, it's 1
5.
space too far.
That's true. Maybe getting up on height. That 3 space.
Maybe. It looks like he's going to settle for just getting close to Nilfheim.
I mean, I too would like to get close to Nilfheim. I'm sure he would be an excellent person to have conversations with. Long walks on the beach. Have his icy cold claw through my body.
Through your body?
Yeah, because he's a dragon, and you know what dragons do? He eats people.
I mean, correct.
Yep.
You got some weird ideas about
yeah.
fulfilling relationships.
I would just like to be able to warm up his ice cold art. Maybe just a little bit.
Oh, just that kind of bad boy attitude. Cool
That's
and distant
right.
that you're looking for.
Uh-huh. It's just sometimes not enough, Gotta fix them.
Yeah, no, I've
Oh,
seen enough anime.
yep. So close for that divide. That would have been pretty good too.
Yeah. That's another one gone.
Looks like he wasted all of his divide rolls just a little bit too early.
Yeah. That's probably the hardest part about playing the dividers is, knowing when to roll your 20s. You gotta control these things.
Oh yeah, because winds of change,
Yeah.
Yeah, of course. Now it's just one squad of dividers versus one squad, or less than a squad of greenscales. Yep, and a 15 is not going to do it for that divided roll either.
Yikes.
Yep. Now it's kind of even. Although
Right?
Sir Heroscape almost rolling a 1 would have been pretty detrimental.
Yeah, that would have been really bad. But yeah, that's another divider gone. So that's just one divider remaining. Yeah, 2 turns really just swung things around.
Yeah, I don't know. I would have potentially put the wound on Sonlin. But at the same time, maybe this is where you transition into being all in on Sonlin. So
Yeah, because taking a turn with only 2 dividers isn't that great. So I think Pie has to go all in on Sonlin.
yeah, yep, and it looks like Sir Heroscape is going to just leave Greenscales alone as well.
Yeah, it's too easy for him to have his order markers sniped at this point.
Just saying, if he would have gotten that snipe early on, just got him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I know what you mean.
We'll see how he positions here too. This is going to be an interesting waypoint, I guess. See how this battle transitions. Solomon is not very favored against Nilfheim.
Yeah, I mean, like once Nilfheim comes in for some melee attacks, it will probably be over pretty quick for Sonlin. That said, Pie does get the first strike, but it's not a great first strike.
Nope, and Nilfheim is in flying range to get a 6 attack down on 3 defense.
1, 2, 3. Yep.
Mm-hmm. I think what I would have potentially done is gone down to the southern part of that divider to get a swoop on that green scale, and then also, also make an attack on Nilfheim, because it would have made awkward placement for him.
Right. Although, I mean, I think he could have swooped that green scale from where he was. It's just the way that tree is rendered. It's kind of bending off to the left when it should be straight up.
Yeah.
So I think that's kind of throwing off how they're judging the line of sight.
Yep, checking line of sight there. Definitely has it, because I think Nilfheim can see over that tree normally.
Not over it. He's not quite that tall, but he can definitely see around it. His head sticks out far enough, and like I said, the tree should be a bit more to the right.
Yeah, nice neck, long neck.
You got a long neck. No, you got a flat head.
Got him. Yep. All your pie confirming that he definitely can see Sonlin from around that tree. I would have went for the melee attack, but to each their own.
Yeah. Ooh.
Yikes.
Yeah, I think he's trying to get rid of the divider at the same time, which I don't think is as big of a worry as that.
See, this is where the galaxy brain comes in, though, because that's what he's banking on, and the divider would have divided there and would have got up into Nilfheim's face with a second order marker. Yeah, every time.
Yeah, unfortunately, Sunland is just one space away from getting even height with Nilfheim.
Yeah, that's
That
pretty
said, if you
awkward.
moved onto the swamp space by the road, then you'd get an attack down on him, so that's not happy.
No, not at all. Yeah. This is probably the final nail in the coffin for all your pie, unfortunately.
Yeah, there's just no really good places he can go, so I think he really just needs to go for a dragon swoop and an attack on Nilfheim and hope he gets the swoop and maxes out his attack and Sir Heroscape blinks, because then he's okay.
Yeah. Max it out. Oh, see, that's the spot that I was originally thinking he should have gone with.
Okay, yeah, I think that would have been good.
That said, like, doesn't really give him very much more mobility than where he was before, so.
Yeah, it's not really great spots for him overall, but he'll go for that swoop, and he misses it, so he's not killing Nilfheim this turn.
Also, with one skull, will not do it.
Yep. Shoot.
Yep,
And
this
now
is
he's right
not
next to
looking good
Nilfheim.
for our heroes.
Yep.
Tune in next week when we'll recap this whole session. Sonlin can stand to learn better spells at this point. Yep. I mean, yeah.
Can use some 5th level spells.
Maybe some 6th level spells.
Yeah.
Oof.
There it is.
Maybe learn how to use a shield.
Yeah.
Can I buy a shield? Kind of like buying a vowel.
He just needs to like hold that dragon in front of him, sacrifice it.
Oof, wow, that's dark.
Well, then he loses dragon swoop and dragon healing, but at least he's alive and he can get another attack.
Your divides had me pooping myself. And yeah, I could see that.
Yeah, there were a good amount of divides. Although I think if you went back over it, it would have been average.
Yeah, I mean, it was 6 divides over the whole game, which is pretty decent.
Yeah, 6 divides for how many dividers is that?
5 squads. So that's
5 squads, so 15 plus 6 that came back. So that so 6 successful divides, but then 21 failed divides.
Yep. Big oof.
But yeah, no, all your pies got it. Too many 3-turn kills going on.
That's right. And now Sir Heroscape has all of his pie.
He took it. He took it for himself.
Took it. Just got it all up. Gobbled it up. But yeah, that's going to wrap up this game.
Yep.
I'm kind of dreading saying this, but Taylor, do you have any final thoughts?
World is beautiful.
Yep. That's what I thought.
Tell everybody it's beautiful.
Yep. Anyway,
hey, True, any thoughts about the world?
Any thoughts about the world?
Yeah.
Well, could stand to use more dragons.
Agreed.
And it seems that Sir Heroscape has also one-upped us with his 105 points.
Sir Heroscape or all your pie?
No, Sir Heroscape, since he was playing with a 105 point deficit.
I guess that's true.
Yep. Anyway, this has been 10 points under. I have been your host, True Murray.
And I have been your host, Big a Bullfrog. / Taylor.
Taylor, my boy.
Yeah.
Anyway, if you guys like this kind of content, please like, comment, and subscribe for more. You do not know how much that means to us because We like giving you guys content, and we like hearing your guys talk about our content.
Yeah, it's a little warm fuzzy in our heart.
And I mean, I get it. Our puns are pretty terrible, but if you can withstand listening to those, then I don't know what to tell you, because our puns are pretty bad.
We're just practicing to be dads is all.
Oh yeah. Although we could stand to learn a couple more dad jokes, I think.
It's true. Next time on 10 Points Under.
Yeah, the art of telling a dad joke.
Yep.
Yep. All right. Well, we are going to cut it out here. See you later, guys.
Bye-bye. Cough, 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 cough.
Coughing. Oh, that's a good one.